Okay, Anthony again here with CCS. We just wanted to go over the ERV systems that we have. I'm just going to give you a basics overview, kind of how this works, because a lot of people don't understand. So basically, we have a silicone white wheel that sits here in the middle that is constantly rotating. And basically what it does, it kind of works like an ice pack. You know, an ice pack, whenever it's given a temperature, it tries to retain that temperature. So we have the air coming in from the return, hitting the wheel, and then it goes back out to the supplies, back into the system. It dumps that air temperature back. Now, let's say that the room was 75 degrees, and outside it's 85 degrees. So there's two blower motors on each side of the silicone wheel that's in the middle, okay? One is constantly blowing the air out, and the other one is constantly blowing the air to an exhaust, which goes out the top, okay? These always constantly move. This always constantly rotates. And what's happening is that as it's exhausting off the temperature, discharging it off the wheel, and pulling in fresh air, let's say that fresh air that's coming in might be, well, let's say it's 89 degrees today, right? And we set our temperatures are already like 75 degrees inside the room that's pulling in. So when it meets that silicone wheel, it's basically breaking those two temperatures in half. So instead of just pulling in fresh 80 or 90 degree temperature and pumping it into the building, it's now, let's say, closer to like around 80 degrees or 78 degrees. It would meet that halfway point, and that's basically all this thing does. There are filters located on it. There's one for each side. Now these are thicker. These are 2-inch thick. This is a pleated filter. It's a 20 by 20. There's two of them that slide into this compartment. Down here on the bottom, again, there is two more pleated filters, 20 by 20. Each ERV, all the ERVs are located only in the mechanical rooms. All buildings, A, B, and C, have an ERV for each building. All the filters are a little bit different size, so don't think you can just buy one size and take it to any, like in building B or building C, and say, okay, well, I got one box for all. So make sure you take a look, you know, see what size of filters you have before you just go buying a bunch of them. Other than that, that's basically the nuts and bolts on this. If you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to call us. We'll help you out. I was kindly reminded that over here in the panel, in the same room as mechanical rooms, you'll see that on the inside of the door here, we located ERV 1, 14, 16, and 18. These are wired directly. That would be your breaker right here. These are wired directly, so if you need to shut this off, it's got to be cut off at that point. There is a smoke detector in the return side of all the ERVs as well, a duct detector, as well as any air handler that has a large enough area to where they were able to put a duct detector in. There's been one installed, but some of these rooms, some of these closets do not have duct detectors on them. So they're kind of in certain areas. So any room you'd walk in, it'd be large enough to actually have access in a return that didn't come straight outside of the wall. You will find a duct detector in those. They do have to be maintained. They do have to be cleaned off every 6 months as well. Again, any kind of service or maintenance, we'd be glad to help you out.
And we show them how to put one of the doors back on?
Yeah, sure. So there's 3 panels. You have one in the center and 2 on each side. You really won't ever need to access the one in the middle. This does pull out if ever needs to be replaced, service, but I definitely call somebody else for that one. These doors pretty simply slide up into this place. Push it into the bottom. You have 2 screws that you want to screw in there, okay? They're just metal point screws. So each panel, there's only the screws at the bottom to actually be able to attach them. That's it.
All right, thank you.